My digital history. Well, my digital history doesn't start from the day I was born. Many things were analog back then. My dad took photos that required processing. Video cameras were huge bricks. We had a Betamax deck. We had a word processor machine that only does word processing. My dad had a car phone and a pager. But I feel that digital revolution started happening around 1994. This was my first exposure to computer. It wasn't even Windows 3, probably MS-DOS. The screen was black. We used 5.25-inch floppy disk. My family's first computer was IBM Aptiva 770 with Windows 95, 1.6 gigabyte hard disk drive space with 15 megabyte memory and fast-speed modem internet of 28.8 kilobyte per second. My first internet. Downloading a picture of Godzilla took an entire class period. So back in those days, it would have taken almost 5 minutes to download a 1 megabyte file. Netscape was one of the first web browsers that had a share of over 90% of web browsing. Everyone had a pager. I didn't. And how do you send a text message? From a payphone. 1997, I moved to the Philippines away from my parents. Calling home. 2-story dorm building with 30 girls only had one phone line, so making a phone call wasn't so easy to start with. As for an international call, I physically went to the phone operator. Of course, my mom hardly ever reached me in the dorm. My first email account. I got my first email address with school and created my Hotmail account, which I still use to this day. Hotmail was released in 1996. Now called Windows Live, Hotmail is the world's largest web-based email service with nearly 364 million users. My first mobile phone. Finally, my parents were able to reach me. My first notebook computer, IBM ThinkPad. I can't remember the model, but it was like a brick, and nobody carried around laptop in school, and there was no internet in dorms. Wireless didn't exist, so still a lot of time spent in the computer lab. Learned HTML. Made a website from a text file. My family's first digital camera, FinePix 700. Maximum smart card available with 16 megabyte. Cost 99,800 yen, $1,000. Year 2000. Back in Japan. My own domain, heroics.com. Still active today. My second mobile phone. I was sharing my mobile phone with my mom, and later became mine. Still using the same number. MSN Messenger. Reconnecting with my friends from the Philippines. 2001. My first USB flash drive. The biggest size was 128 megabyte and was about $120. Today, 32 gigabyte USB flash drive costs $50 to $70. My third mobile phone. Now in color and with a camera. The first camera on mobile phone took 160 times 120 resolution picture and was introduced in Japan in 2000. Skype, the greatest invention. Moving to Rome. My fourth mobile phone, my second Nokia phone, monochrome display. My second laptop computer, 30 gigabyte hard disk drive, but had a DVD disk drive and floppy disk drive too. Only ISDN in my apartment and wireless in school, and it was heavy. My third laptop, Vaio, much smaller, 80 gigabyte hard disk drive, wireless installed. My first Apple computer, MacBook G4. My fifth mobile phone, iPod Shuffle. 1 gigabyte iPod Shuffle cost about $160. Joined Mixi, the Japan's largest online social network site since 2004 with 25 million users. My sixth mobile phone. My second Apple computer. MacBook Pro. My seventh mobile phone. iPhone. Yes, it was introduced in 2007, but by this time everyone else had it, so I had to have it. Joined YouTube because I wanted to test video upload from iPhone. This year, January 1st, I joined Facebook. Yes, I avoided all this time to join Facebook. And sometime in February, I joined Twitter. iPad. Not mine. My dad bought it. Not fair. My eighth mobile phone, bought in Boston. I had to buy it because my iPhone doesn't work here and my old Nokia doesn't work. Ended up getting a new Nokia, finally in color. I haven't had any other digital purchase since then. What will make it to my next digital history?